We got love, we got peace, y'all. It is shouting down from above. We got joy, we got faith, we got freedom, yes we do. And I'm gonna use it, how about you? We got hope, we got love, we got peace, y'all. It is shouting down from above. We got joy, we got faith, we got freedom, yes we do. And I'm gonna use it, how about you?
Oh.
Cut y'all out, huh? We'll
Here,
squeeze
here,
in.
right. There you go. There. Yeah.
We're one big happy Disney family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Awesome.
Doing good.
Peachy keen.
Be better if I was still there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I heard that.
Now, how long after y'all left? We're just gonna just skip straight to the end of the trip. How long after you left was it before you started thinking about the next trip?
We were on the airplane coming home.
You made it to the airplane?
We made it to the airplane coming home.
I'm usually like in the bus on the way back from Magic Kingdom that last night, and I'm like, when can we manage this again?
See, I get anxiety on the last day because it's the last day. I can't enjoy the last day because I
you
know it's
the last
coming.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys are back. We talked to y'all about a week or so before y'all left and got kind of your plans and for what all you were going to try and do and everything like that. So we thought, well, if we're going to talk about what you're going to try and do, we better have you back and go ahead and do some follow-up with you. So how was the travel?
Not bad. I feel like we all had a good time traveling, to be honest.
Yeah, the travel there was super smooth getting off the airplane, and we did the Mears transport from the airport to our resort. They shuttled our bags to our room, not Mears, but the resort shuttled our bags to our room for us, carried them upstairs. That was super cool. Super easy transition from the airport to our room, so we'll definitely use Mears again for our next trip.
Had y'all done it before when they had just the normal Magical Express?
So we actually rented a car last time we went. And,
Oh, that's right.
And we decided not to do that this time because of the transportation, around the buses to take us from one park to the other back to our resort. So.
And it's expensive.
Yes.
Did y'all have any flight issues? I've seen a bunch of people with cancellations and rescheduling.
We did have a flight issue coming home. There was.
Who cares if you have one coming home?
No,
It's like, I don't want to get back there anyway.
Well, the only stinky part was our connecting flight coming home. I mean, so we were delayed an hour because Orlando Airport couldn't get it together. I don't know what the deal was, but there was one lady, Lexi and I were looking out the window, and she would put 5 luggages up on the conveyor belt. She would crawl up on it, crawl over it, get in the airplane and put them up there herself, get back down, and repeat that process over and over. She's this tiny little woman. Xander's probably bigger than she is. And she was taking care of it herself.
Oh, okay.
And so we're all sitting there.
Well, I thought you were just talking about some random person
Yeah.
doing this.
No.
Like, no wonder you had a delay.
It's like, oh my gosh.
We got delayed for an hour, and so whenever we were
Wow.
leaving, we landed in Dallas, and they say there's a bunch of connecting flights right now. If you don't have one, stay in your seat. And so several of us pop up real quick, and like our flights are boarding, ready to take off in
Oh,
like the
gosh,
next 15
yeah.
minutes. So we're running from one to the other.
Did y'all fly through DFW or Love Field?
Love Field. We
Okay,
flew
well.
Southwest. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't like too terrible of a connection, but I mean,
Oh yeah. As soon as we got off the plane, we walked to our gate, and I was in the end of A boarding group, and they had already boarded all of A, and they were fixing to do B. So we literally walked straight onto the plane.
Oh, wow.
so, and the only other hiccup that we had is whenever we checked into our flights, it separated Tyrell, Lexi, and his mom, and me and Xander. So we were
Okay.
completely two different
Yeah.
groups getting on the
And
plane.
we were not the only ones, because people were saying that same thing in line. They're like, hey, they separated my daughter and threw her back in C. Whenever
Oh,
me and my
wow.
other kid, she said, no, I'm not doing that. So
they just pulled her up to the front, which
Yeah.
totally makes sense. So
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a lot of things with the airline industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we're not talking about airline stuff, but I mean, they got some stuff that's just messed up.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's this summer specifically. Like, I've just seen so many people just have trouble with flights.
Yeah, Candace and the kids had to stay home when I went to Atlanta because the only way for me to make it there that day was on a plane where they only had one seat left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, precaution if you're planning on flying anywhere to your vacation, be prepared to make time for delays and
Make
schedules.
adjustments.
Yes, be
Yeah,
prepared for that.
And if you're flying through a big airport like DFW, like I would say 3-hour minimum layover time for your
Mhm.
connecting flight. 'Cause, I mean, you may sit there and think, oh, 3 hours, that's forever. But, man, it doesn't take very much at all for those to run late and for you to miss a connecting. And you don't, I mean, but you got there okay. That's the big thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
is
Yes.
You didn't miss any time in the parks at least.
correct. Correct.
So run us through your first day. Run us through when you walked to your resort, what you thought of your resort,
So our resort was beautiful. I mean, there was like a
and you stayed at again.
Port Orleans Riverside.
Okay.
It was so pretty. The scenery was beautiful. Our room was a little smaller than what we had thought it would be.
Okay.
There was 5 of us in there.
There goes my green screen.
There was 5 of us in there, but I mean, we made do with what we had. Right outside our room was the pool, so it was super,
Oh, that's awesome.
It was
Yeah.
super easy to go back and forth. We did not have a lot of time to swim, but we made do with what time we did
Mhm.
have. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was beautiful there. The staff was amazing.
Good.
The little kid, what was it that it was called? The food place that we ate at there. Whatever's at
resort?
Riverside on our resort, it was really good.
Yeah, the little you had the beignets there.
We, no,
so-
we went to French Quarters and
Oh,
had
you
the
did?
beignets.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
The beignets were at French Quarters.
And
yes.
they were amazing.
Yes.
They were good.
And did you like the regular ones or
Alright.
the little pipette?
He
distilled
got
ones?
the rum ones, and
And
I
those were
had the
good?
regular.
Yeah, they were good.
Good.
For those of us who are in West Texas, what is a beignet?
It was a French donut.
It's like
Oh, okay.
well, for me,
Is what
I
it's
thought it was like
considered.
a French sopapilla.
Yeah.
Is what I
Oh,
would-
that's it.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison. And they're
Yeah.
covered with powdered sugar, and they're
Mhm.
just.
And you dip it in chocolate.
Mm.
But we actually found a box in one of the gift shops that's on our resort that you could get the mix for it, and it's called a French donut, is what it says.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Donut, sopapilla,
yeah,
pastry perfection.
Yes,
it is very good.
It is so good.
Yes.
So
And you can
let's
get them
see.
multiple different ways. They come with the
Mhm.
little dipping. You can get caramel or chocolate, and it's all warmed up. All kinds of different stuff you could dip it in,
Yum.
or you could get them filled with ice cream if you wanted to. All kinds of different things.
Yum.
I feel like we're going to regret having this show right before dinner.
Yes. So and then that night we went and ate at Cooks of Dublin in Disney Springs. Ty had fish and chips, which was their signature
A
dish,
signature dish. Yeah.
and he wasn't really too impressed with
I got-
his.
Oh.
I got one piece of fish,
Oh, wow.
and they're not like huge fillets. They were somewhat smaller fillets.
Wow.
And it was just not what I was expecting from a signature dish.
Oh, yeah. And I love a good fish and chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Same.
that's disappointing.
But whenever I walked in, like they had their food kind of like displayed on, like the food process line, and whenever I looked at it, I was like, that doesn't really look good. So Xander and I had a burger. My burger was okay. Lexi and Wanda had chicken, and Lexi liked her chicken. The French fries were great.
Yeah.
No,
But
was
I
this a
love-
rest you guys had planned to eat at, or was this a spur of the
No,
moment?
it was
Let's
a
go eat
spur
there.
of the moment.
Okay.
We had no plans going in our first day. We just kind of wanted to walk around Disney
Okay.
Springs, and that's kind of what we did.
Fair enough.
So what did y'all check out there at Disney Springs? Did you do much shopping?
We did. We searched high and low, heaven and earth for Lexi, Lilo, and Stitch backpack.
Aw.
They had none.
All
None.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
we
shocking.
went
You and I talked
everywhere.
about that. Like, it's so easy to find.
Stitch was like the only stuff we could really
merchandise.
find.
Yeah,
That's why
that's
Brooklyn got those
crazy.
Stitch ears.
We went
It's
everywhere.
not just Disney Springs. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Park.
We looked at every park. We
Wow.
went to another resort to look because we were told try other gift shops. Nothing. And then the very last day they said, hey, if you just went out to the outlet mall, they have Stitch merchandise there. So what I actually ended up doing yesterday is I found it on Poshmark, the one
Okay.
that she was wanting. So I ordered
Oh,
it from
good.
there.
Well, that
So,
works
yeah.
out.
So she's really excited.
Did y'all have difficulties with any kind of merchandise, or was it just specifically that one that you were?
Just Stitch. Lexi's
Okay.
obsessed with Stitch, and it just finding that a backpack. It's the Loungefly brand
Oh, I
backpack.
could have hooked you up with that. I have one for every month that I carry, a little lounge fly backpack.
Yes, so she loves.
I'm
Stitch.
curious. From when we were there over spring break, you could not find just normal boy Mickey ears, like just the normal hat ears. Like
Mhm.
we could find like yours. If you were wanting just a headband ears, no problem at all. But like, we couldn't find anything anywhere at Disney Springs, at the World of Disney, or at any of the parks other than the most basic 50. Did they have a pretty good supply now?
Yeah, there was a couple different places that we went into that had some pretty awesome regular Mickey ears, and then Lexi got Captain America ears, and she just
Cool.
fell in love with those.
That's cool.
So we need to go back, Candace, if you're watching. We're gonna go back because they have ears now. It's okay.
Well, then
Yeah.
of course, they had different kind of Slinky Dog ears this time. They actually have Mickey Mouse ears. Xander got those.
Those
and
are
Slinky
cool.
Dog is actually going through the Mickey ears.
And
so
they're epic.
they're pretty cool.
They're
I've
so
seen
cool.
the Slinky ones, but it was just Slinky.
No, it
No.
actually has ears
It
on it.
has Mickey
and
Mouse ears with the
he's on
Slinky
there,
going
yeah.
through.
Oh,
Oh, they're
cool.
epic. I
That's
love
pretty
them. I
cool.
should have brought them. I should have brought his. But
Yeah, you
that's
should have
okay.
worn his. That's super cute.
So, pretty fun at Disney Springs where you're like, yeah, let's go back and swim.
Yeah, that's what we did. We went back to swim. We went through Goofy's candy shop and got the kids some
just whatever they
fill
wanted.
up your
pretty
own
much.
bag of whatever you want to snack
Cool.
on. So we did that, and then we went to swim, and we went to bed at a decent time.
Smart.
And then day one was Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
All right, so how did that day go?
Looky there.
We-
Tree of life.
Yeah.
We had so much fun at Animal Kingdom. We started off with the safari. Hold on, I checked notes because I was never gonna remember all this.
You know what? Props to you for taking notes. Like, I really appreciate that. You're probably not going to get a single note or text from me, Tyler. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you.
That's good.
So we did safari, and we loved it. It was so cool going around, and I mean, they had that ride just moving left.
Now, you
and
went
right.
first thing in the morning.
First thing, very
And
first
the
thing we did.
animals were.
They were
All
out.
of-
They
yeah.
were about. It was
Good.
super
So-
cool.
Did you guys get there when the park opened that day?
Yes,
Good.
Okay.
we were
Because-
there when park opened every single day.
And was the safari open right away?
Yes.
Okay. When we were there are certain times where the safari ride does not open with the park. It'll open like an hour or two later.
Oh,
No,
wow.
it was like one of those rope drop situations where that
Okay.
park opened. We were there.
That's very
So I wonder if it's maybe just during like spring or winter they do that.
Maybe.
And the safari was awesome. We all loved it. Got to see my favorite elephant.
Oh.
My favorite animal's elephant. So, and then
Yeah.
the giraffes were all out and they were walking all over the place.
And the lions, were they awake or were they
They
sleeping?
were
The
awake.
lions were awake.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
he was up on a rock, and like the way that our truck was moving was we were coming this way and he watched us all
Oh, that's
the
so
way.
cool.
It was so
He was
cool.
up on Pride Rock. The
Pride
whole
Rock,
time.
obviously.
And
Yes,
Obviously.
Pride Rock.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are cool.
Oh.
Last time we went, all three of them were roaring as we were going by.
That's
Oh.
really neat.
It's like, all right, we're gonna get eaten.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's fine. I would be eaten by a lion if
Yeah,
I
I
could hear it roar.
always say that. That's my favorite animal, and I would totally be mauled if that was my way to go out. I guess so well.
Same. That. Oh my gosh, they're such beautiful creatures.
Cool.
And then we went and did Everest.
Okay,
Alright, so
and
what was the report? Because that's
dying to know.
mine and Gunner's one of our favorites. It's one of Chelsea's favorites.
Yeah.
So,
I loved Everest. Okay, as y'all know, I'm not a roller coaster person.
Nor
Like
am
it's not my thing.
Okay.
But I loved it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Whenever it pulled you back, and Xander would not ride anything with anybody else but me. He had to ride
Aw.
next to me because he said that he was safe with me. I was
Aw,
the only one
that's
he
sweet.
trusted. And so I kind of had to like use that for, I promise I'll protect you for other rides, but Everest was the first one and he about lost his mind, but he did great.
Well,
Good.
did he know it was going to go backwards?
No,
Oh.
I didn't realize it was going to go backwards.
Well, and then on another note to add to that, that's his first big roller coaster
Ever.
ever. So
Straight to the gusto on that
yeah,
one.
we
Huh?
just threw him right in there with that one.
It was mine too, but I was, 33, so.
Yeah, not a fair comparison, Tyler.
Yeah, but no, he really did a great job, and actually by the end of the day, he was asking to go back and ride it one more
Oh,
time. so-
good.
but we did not get to do that.
Oh gosh.
So that's okay.
Because we stood in line for 2 hours to
So-
ride Flight of Passage.
Yes.
Oh well, I believe that.
Yeah, now, I was talking with you while you were in line for this.
Yes.
Because you were like,
She was
we just went into the mountain, how far are we? And I was like, I really have no clue because we've either only rope dropped it or done it over the old Fast
Fast
Pass
Pass,
system or Lightning Lane. And then you messaged and you said, well, we just joined up with Lightning Lane. I'm like,
You should have told him good news. There's a restroom in the mountain.
We found it.
Yes,
we
we
found
did
it.
find it,
Xander
actually.
found it.
Yeah.
So you tell me that you just joined up with Lightning Lane. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, then you're almost there because that's the appeal of Lightning Lane is you
Right.
don't have a wait. And then she messages me like an hour and a half later. We just got off the ride. I was like, what?
So
Yeah,
where the
it-
lightning lane comes in, somehow they ended up where they were having them come in. There was another I don't know what they were doing. They were making them go off some other different direction.
So at first she
Oh.
had them like shooing them in with us, and then she had them go a different direction. So it was really weird.
Yeah.
But after Everest, we did the water shows with the kites and the
Oh, cool.
Lion King characters, which Xander thought that was the coolest thing. They're out there driving around on jet skis,
Kite tails is what
Yes.
it's called.
Kite
and he
tails,
wants
that's
to
right.
drive jet skis for Disney.
Oh,
when
that's
he
cool.
grows up.
That's a cool job.
Then we did the Finding Nemo,
Which is a new one.
which is a
I
new
was gonna say,
Broadway
we
show.
didn't hear that one because that's brand new.
Oh my
right
gosh.
before y'all got there.
It was so cute.
Oh, good.
It was awesome. The characters do a fantastic job really creating it and making it come to life. It was so much
It's
fun.
a great spot to go
Cool off.
when you need to cool off.
Oh, most
It's
definitely.
indoors, super air conditioned, great spot.
Good deal.
So, and as we were sitting there, because I've seen Finding Nemo 1,000 times, I asked everybody what they wanted to eat, and I placed a mobile order for Restaurantosaurus.
Okay.
And we got there, checked in, went and sat at our table and was waiting, and they said our food was ready, so we went up. I went up to the front, Tyrell and I went to go get it, and they said, hey, we actually need you to go get your entire party
Oh,
and come with us.
that's super frustrating.
No, it
No.
wasn't.
Oh.
It was so cool. So we were the selected family of the day.
Oh, I thought they were going to tell you that you had to go get all your food. Like, y'all all had to go get your food. Oh, that's what I was thought.
So we were the selected family of the day. So we went back around into like this little
50s
camper, this
diners
50s
area.
diner camper, and
We had a waiter.
we didn't order drinks whenever we initially ordered our food because we had some cups to refill and things like that. So we were sitting there. The waiter sat us at our seat and everything, and he brought us our food. He served us the whole time.
Wow.
They took our family of the day picture.
Oh, cool.
They brought us free desserts and free drinks. And then what else? We tried to tip them and they wouldn't let us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They said that they make too much in that area for
He wanted you to do the
tips.
compliment through the app.
So, yeah, that was the best
So
way.
y'all got some pixie dust. That's
yes,
fun.
it was so much fun.
How was the food there?
It was actually really good.
It was
Good.
pretty good.
Yeah, I
They
had
had
the
a-
chicken strips and they were delicious. And
And then
I
I had there was
Tyler?
a 50th anniversary shake. I wasn't planning on getting anything, but since they're like, oh, it's on
Yeah.
us, got a 50th anniversary shake, and it was pretty good too.
Wow. Okay. Cool. That's cool.
So yeah, that was such an awesome time.
Did y'all like Flight of Passage as well? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
but
that
did
was
y'all like
actually
that
later
ride?
on where we went to
Yeah,
Flight
it
of
was
Passage.
after that. After
Oh,
we ate.
okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. Xander was frustrated. He has no patience.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an 8-year-old little boy, but he has zero patience. And by the time we got off, he goes, "That was worth the wait."
Oh, he liked it.
He
Good.
loved it.
I'm
He
glad.
loved it.
That
I was
one's one
worried
that
about
I'm
him
like,
getting
That's,
sick.
that's always one of the most nerve-wracking things is when you wait forever for a ride and you have no clue about it. You're like, what if this ride stinks and I
Yeah.
wasted
Yeah.
2 hours?
No, and I would agree. I was a little frustrated waiting that long,
Mhm.
and Ty kept saying, "Well, let's just go," and I'm like, "No, we're here. We're doing this."
Yeah, no doubt. Good. I'm glad
So,
y'all stuck it out.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it was great. So we did that.
Is that the only place y'all ate that day? Was
We went
At
to
the park, yes.
yes, at the park,
Okay.
yes, and then we went to House of Blues in Disney Springs.
oh, okay, cool.
So and we ate, and my wings were awesome. So I'm a
what is
chicken
that
person.
like what kind of food is that?
It kind of has a little bit of everything. It's
Yeah.
like a very broad menu.
Yeah, they had
Okay.
burgers, they had wings, they had chicken fried steak, chicken fried chicken,
hmm
of course, like different house salads.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to think,
Okay.
what did Lexi end up getting?
I think she had pizza.
A good
Yeah.
choice for people that are picky and you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
So-
Pizza or chicken strips is about what they go. That's their go-to right
Yeah,
there.
it was awesome though. And then after that, we went back to the to our room. We showered. We all went to bed and got ready for day 2.
Cool.
And day 2 was the big one. We got everyone in there.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, I was
So
Xander's hiding
cute.
behind my chair.
Yes. Oh my gosh, day 2 was awesome.
Yeah, day 2 we went. We kind of didn't really have much of a plan. I didn't know where to go right at the beginning.
Mhm.
Kind of in a way, because it's changed a little bit since we were there last. We went the first ride. We had to, of course, get help my mom out after all that walking at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, she was
She
already, huh?
Yes.
She was
Ooh.
Oh,
she was
gosh,
hurting a
it's
little
awful.
bit, so we ended up getting her one of those electric scooters,
Yes.
and that we did that from every day on, and that really helped out a lot.
Good.
But the first ride we went to was Mickey's Rail.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yes.
Oh, that's like right there. in
Yeah,
front.
Xander saw it. He was like, "I have to do that."
Aw.
And so we got on it, and it was so much fun. He
Good.
really enjoyed it. Then we went to Star Wars: The Adventure Continues.
Which is right around the corner from there, right
Mhm.
before. It's kind of. I'm not sure if y'all know where it's at, but it's right there before you get to the Muppets area
Mm-hmm.
on the way to Star Wars.
It
The
is the
land.
weirdest spot since they
It
added
is.
Batuu there. It's like, all right, so you can have one Star Wars area
Yeah.
and then a random Muppet 3D show and then everything else Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so
So
weird.
I don't know
isn't
what
it?
they're ever gonna. I don't know if they're gonna like move
That's
it
what I was
or
wondering.
what, but it's still a good ride.
It
Yep.
is. That one kind of made me sick, though. Honestly.
Yeah, we enjoyed that ride. Xander was actually telling me that was the real C-3PO that was driving us around,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so it was
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
I'm glad he enjoyed that. Good.
Then we did the Alien Swirl Saucers in Toy Story Land. We waited quite a bit for that. It really wasn't worth the wait.
That's Paisley's like #1 favorite ride, and I'm
Is
like,
it?
girl.
And if you've ever only done Disneyland, this is a clone of the Mater ride at Disneyland, only set to Toy Story instead of Cars.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, we enjoyed it. It was fun. Ty and I rode together. Lexi finally talked Xander into riding something with her instead of me. So they enjoyed it. It was something small.
It's equivalent
It
to a
is-
carnival ride. To
Yeah,
me.
Yes.
like
it-
it's very
yeah.
carnival-ish, and it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, we were killing time.
Yeah.
Before we could go get on the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, we had a was it a fast pass for a certain time?
Oh, y'all did
slot.
get that one. Good
Yes.
deal. Okay.
Yes, we did do that one. We made sure of it.
Good.
So what did y'all get to do? Who flew?
Xander flew. Lexi, can't remember. All I remember is I was an engineer with some random person, and because we had, of course, only had 5 of us in a 6
Oh, okay.
6-person cockpit, and so
We just
So-
had the 4 when we went. I didn't stick anyone rando with us.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
we had a rando with us. We had a
Do you
rando
remember
a
what
couple
you-
different times. I think I was it a coordinator maybe?
So Lexi and Xander sit in the front. I know those two, and then my
Mhm.
mom and Brooke sit in the middle.
Gunners.
And I sit in the
Gunners,
back with the rando. So
I was in the back too. I guess that's like a mechanic. That ride gave me so much anxiety because I couldn't focus on anything but fixing the ship. And
yeah,
we were going down, 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 and it was
See,
up to me, and I don't know nothing
Candace
about
was
that.
driving, and I think we hit everything you could possibly hit on
That was
ride.
me. I was
mean,
just.
I'm right there with you. I think if I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, if I could have been
Focusing on what was
focused on the ride,
going. Yes. Yep.
that's
You gotta
too
fix
much
the
going
ship.
on. Yeah.
pilot's the one you want to be.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the kids loved being the pilots.
I
in
think
the
that's
back.
why they put the kiddos in the. Because my
Yeah.
kids were pilots too.
Mhm.
They
But
don't have to work.
our ships kind of crashed a little bit, and Xander was yelling at like, "You crashed our ship! You did a terrible job!" Just
Oh yeah, that
That's what
ride.
Brooklyn told Candace.
If your family makes it out of that ride not mad at each other,
It's like
Good job.
Monopoly in a ride.
If you didn't drive the entire way to Disney World, that ride right there will just make you glad you didn't drive, because that's what it would be
Yes.
the whole way.
yes, very comparable to the ride. We drive, so I can
It's
see
the
that.
Star Wars road trip ride.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Then after that, we went and had. I'm not really sure what we had at Oga's Cantina. We went to go get food.
Oh gosh.
To kill time because it was almost time for us to build lightsabers and do our droids. So we were killing time, and so we were like, let's go grab some lunch right quick. So this place was like, we have a 10-minute wait for our party 5.
Oh,
Fantastic. So we took it. Well, we went in and they like walked us over to like this bar, and you just stand there and they give you the menu, and they're like, here's your 2 food options, but here's our full
Oh, my.
beverage menu. And me and Ty were like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was expecting us to get
Like
somewhere to
Seated,
sit down
yeah.
and eat, get something to eat.
Hmm.
But the only options they had for food were
was a charcuterie board, which is not like what we
It was
see in
not
Texas
a
charcuterie
charcuterie
board.
board.
It was like, what would you call it? Like fine dining charcuterie.
Like
I don't know.
tapas style, like a few
Yes,
of this and a few of
a
that.
garnish of
Yeah,
a little
okay,
bit of
yeah.
everything.
Y'all keep using these words I don't know in Texas.
Tapas is like it's
Oh.
like fine dining, like she said, like
Like
where you're given
charcuterie?
a bite, like a literal
Yeah.
bite of
a-
something.
an
It's like
adult lunchable.
it's
It's an adult lunchable.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
yeah, adult lunchable. There
But
you
this
go.
There
was
you
not
go.
an
I
adult
think
lunchable.
Candace has adult
So,
Lunchables in the fridge.
Adult lunchable sounds horrible. Tapas sounds horrible. Put them together and you have an adult lunchable tapas style.
Yes.
No,
was
it's not
not.
for me either.
It was not very good.
It
So
was
2
not-
thumbs way up.
Yeah,
Mm.
not so
Oh,
much.
it was not.
Hands are still in my pockets. That's my vote on that place.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I definitely would not. I mean,
Now-
maybe like if we went in together, just him and I, like for a drink or something,
or a
maybe,
snack.
or a snack,
Yeah.
we could judge it a different way.
Okay.
But that's not. It's not a family style place.
Okay, good to know.
I did, however, get the blue milk shake, or whatever, non-alcoholic.
Everybody says
because-
those are disgusting.
It was. I mean, Brooke didn't like it, but I thought it was. I thought it was okay, just for the fact that I wanted to try it because of
Yeah.
the magic band I had was the magic band that has that on there.
Oh well, then obviously.
So
you
I
gotta
thought,
give
well, I
it-
have to
Yeah, you
at
have
least
to give
try
it a
it.
shot.
So the
Then
cookie was good though.
Lexi and I built droids while the boys built lightsabers.
Now, you didn't send me a picture of your lightsaber to put on the show for everyone to see.
I know.
And I was kind of wondering why you didn't do
No,
that.
how will we ever
and
see
then you
what that
came
thing
walking
looks
down
at?
the hallway.
It's because I brought my lightsaber for everybody to see.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh. Epic.
There we go.
That's super cool.
Even though there's a lot, but oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Cut an arm off of that.
Do you get
I
to
know.
choose like what color you want your lightsaber, or
Yeah,
do
so
they just
when
kind of give you one?
You walk up there and you give them your reservation stuff. They give you a list that you can actually pick. There's different styles of the actual hilts that you can pick from.
That's
And
cool.
so there's different color schemes, and you pick your scheme that you want to go with.
Mhm.
And once you have your scheme, okay, they assign it to you, give you a pin that goes with that scheme. I should have brought my pen. And then they also give you a card that would put you in your grouping card, a color
Oh,
card.
cool.
And so you go sit off and wait. And once you're done with that, they take you to that back room where they already have everything basically ready for you. They see your pen, they know which one to get out for you, and they get it out, and you get to pick. You have multiple different choices to pick from for every little intricate part on here. So
Wow.
it's pretty
That's
cool.
cool. That is cool. And we liked our droids too. We enjoy those as well.
We love our droids. On back to these for just a second. So There was different colors that you could pick for the
The-
stone. What is
So they go through a
crystal.
whole spill talking and kind of give you the show for it, and then you get to pick your kyber crystal.
it? Yes.
Oh.
And so
we came home and ordered some on Amazon so that
Oh.
he could have.
that's one downfall.
colors.
I
Oh,
will
that's cool.
say.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's
so-
one downfall I will say though, that the only place you can get the kyber crystals without ordering them aftermarket is from DisneyWorld
Oh.
and Disneyland.
Now, forgive me. I do not know a thing about Star Wars. I've
Oh, me
never seen
neither.
it. So is that what makes this red?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Each different crystal is a different color. You can
Mm.
put it inside of here,
Okay.
and it makes the blade a different color,
Interesting. Okay.
and have different sounds and all that.
That's
so
pretty cool.
And as an alternate, each crystal, what makes it is the LED bulb can do any color.
Mhm.
yes,
And the kyber crystal is actually an RFID chip.
yep.
And so if you happen to have an RFID card reader and writer, you can look up online and they have the codes for the different colors, and you can like reprogram your card to just change it in the color you want to. I think it's probably more expensive to get the card
Yeah.
writer than it is to buy another
Yeah,
crystal.
I actually looked into that as well while I was looking around Amazon. It's about $100 on Amazon for just the card reader to reprogram each RFDI or whatever chip. And so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and buy a $20 crystal just because they come sealed, and $20 wasn't too bad for
Yeah.
another crystal. So we have a green, red, and blue crystals at home.
That's really cool.
And for anyone watching, these are like $200 to
Yeah.
get one
Yeah.
of them, but they are very hefty. Like if you were to pick that up, have you held one of these before, Chelsea?
Mm-mm.
I actually weighed it. It is
Oh my! That's serious
You may
stuff.
not get that back.
Wow, that's so cool though.
her
It's
ears
like,
just went very dark.
yeah. Welcome to the dark side. Is that what they say
So,
with the red one?
so with
Yes.
the have you what color is y'all's?
Red.
Okay, so have y'all played with it with your droid too?
They
So
are-
interacts?
Yes, it
Really?
interacts. Our
Yes.
droid will go nuts whenever
Really?
it's red. Like you wave it at it, it will freak out, and it is the coolest thing.
That
ever.
is really cool.
Candace, if you're watching this right now, get her droid out while the kids are gone. We're playing with these toys today.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and
So
Yeah,
if you're
so-
a good Star Wars fanatic, like big time, it's a whole like experience just
For sure.
getting this and your droid. Like it's not just buying a souvenir like or going to Walmart picking one off the shelf.
Right.
It's a whole thing and it makes you feel like you're actually like part of it.
like a Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
if
they-
not, Star Wars world itself is like super like
It's
authentic.
immersive. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the best work they've done on any one section of the park,
For sure.
period.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just me and didn't have to have my kids running around, or if we had more time at the park, I could spend a whole day in that section alone.
Was that your favorite part of Disney or
Probably.
Yeah.
My favorite
Except
was
for
Toy Story.
Oh, same.
except for one ride at a different park. And we'll
Oh,
talk about
okay.
that.
We'll talk about that
next.
later. But speaking of toy or Star Wars Land, you didn't get to ride the biggest ride.
I did not. So when we got there, it was closed when we first got there.
Like for
so
the first 4 hours we were there,
we
it was closed.
monitored it in the app, trying to keep an eye on it, see when it was going to be open, and it said temporarily closed. While we were in line for another ride, it opened.
Oh,
We went to go rush over there, and
Closed again.
it was closed again.
Oh no.
You
And whenever it did, and it was a chance for us to open, we could not get any lightning lanes at all. It was not even open for us to book lightning lanes.
That's so sad.
And
You
then-
said that's notorious for that ride though, huh?
And-
It's down quite a bit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
at the end of the show, we'll talk about some different reasons because there was another bad experience y'all had somewhere else, and we'll kind of talk about why those things happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
and then
But for the droids, the
Yeah.
droids were awesome to build. Lexi had a fantastic time. I built one also just because everybody else was. Why
And
not?
I saw the BB series. Did y'all both get a BB series?
We did. Well,
Okay.
I was gonna get the is it R2D2?
R2.
I was gonna
Yes.
do that. And she was gonna do the BB-8, and then she said she wanted to do R2, so I did the BB-8, and then she changed her mind to
Well, and
BB-8.
then Brooke also said that she was going to do the R2 in black, but they didn't have the black.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So my droid is black and silver, and hers is purple and white.
Oh, cool.
So and she got on the airplane, and there was another little girl who built the droid. the same exact color of hers, so they kind of nerded out together. They were sitting next to each other on the plane.
Now, what do they do? What do those things do?
So they're pretty cool little things. They just kind of roll around the floor.
It's remote control.
It's remote control.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool.
But it interacts with the lightsabers.
Not only the lightsaber, if you have it in the park
Yeah,
when you're walking around and you walk by Kylo Ren or the stormtroopers
Really?
and
Yeah.
Chewbacca,
they go nuts.
it will actually go
Wow.
crazy around the
Because you can like
dark
carry
side.
your. They have
On a
like little
backpack.
backpacks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them that you can get. And
So,
Cool.
but in the middle, like, we were getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, kept hearing them in the box. Xander had his lightsaber out and swinging it around, and I was like, oh, this is not going to work for me. So we had to go take it apart to turn them
I
off.
learned something new today.
Yeah, that's really
Yep.
neat.
Let's wrap it up so I can go play now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was so cool. And Xander will, go around the house, and we'll hear
Just
Lexi's
tormenting that
turn.
Oh,
droid.
Yes.
that's so cool.
But it's a lot of fun. We really, really enjoyed getting to do that part of
That's cool.
I guess I thought
Star
I was
Wars
taking the lead out.
land. So,
Yep. I'll put this back over here.
and then after that,
Let's talk about the food again real quick at Oga's. So the star of the show to eat at Star Wars Land is
Ronto's.
the Ronto.
So we ate
famous
at the
wrap.
Ronto wraps and basically all they had is Ronto wraps.
And that's actually what we had right after we built our droids and our lightsabers, because we were in the middle of a big storm. We
Yeah.
took cover under where the Ronto wraps were, and so Ty got him one and brought it over, and we're all digging into his food, so he goes and gets me and the kids one, and we demolish that, so we get a third one.
Yeah.
A Ronto wrap is like a pita bread type situation with a sausage and coleslaw, and that sounds super mediocre, I know,
but
but
it is so
And it
everybody
actually-
says it's like their top thing to eat.
It actually has thin sliced chicken, like you'd have deli chicken
Okay.
in it as well.
Oh, it's so
yum.
It's pretty good.
so
Okay.
good. And the pita is like crispy, so
And the coleslaw is like a vinegary style.
like
Yeah.
balsamic,
Unusual. Okay.
different type.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
yeah,
good.
balsamic is a big
Awesome.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good enough that the kids liked it. So,
Ooh, cool.
and we have picky kids, as their main choice for food is pizza or chicken strips everywhere else. So,
Yeah.
That's good to know. Good to
Then
know.
during that time, Ty and Lexi left to go take our stuff back to our room because it was just a lot to carry around trying to get
yeah,
on
with
rides
it
and
raining
things like
and
that,
everything
and it
else.
raining.
So,
So he went ahead and took those back to the rooms, and Xander and Wanda and I went and watched the Indiana Jones.
Which
It
is
was-
cool.
It was supposed to be the show, but it wasn't the show. It was like how they create their special effects and
Mhm.
things like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So last time we went, it was actually an Indiana Jones show, so it was completely different than what we saw last time.
See, I've always done it. I've always been there where they have a few people from the audience and
Yeah.
stuff like that, where they're just showing how they do the stunts. Pushing the boulder back up the hill.
Yeah.
well, last time we went, they had the boulder already up the hill, and they pulled a random person out of the audience to participate with the Indiana Jones show, and they went through a whole spiel and everything, and that was a pretty good show. But I did not get to watch this one, so I'm not sure how
yeah,
it compares.
It was different than the last one, and I didn't get to watch the whole last one because I had taken the kids to see the Mickey Jr. live on stage or whatever it was that we went to. So, but yeah, it was really neat. Xander was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to do that when I grow up. I want to be
Aw.
a stunt double," and I was like, "Oh
That's
my
cool.
goodness."
Right after he gets done with the shift driving the jet skis
Yeah.
around.
That's
That's
right. That's right. So then, whenever they got back, we went to Toy Story Mania. That was so cool. I loved
That's
walking
fun.
through it and being the little person
Yep.
to the gigantic things.
How's
And
your
Andy's
shoulder
room.
after that ride?
Sort.
Yeah,
Just
my arms
Yeah.
were.
Who won?
He
Of
did.
course.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Don always wins on that, and it aggravates the tar out of me.
Yeah.
I know
I
all
think-
the secrets.
Well, then I'm
you
not
had,
riding
to
with
hit,
you.
you had to hit the right spots.
Mhm.
And then we went to Slinky Dog Dash. That was Xander's favorite roller coaster out of everything that we did
Yes.
while we were there.
Now, that's kind of a hardcore coaster for a kid. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, it really is.
Yeah, he
It's
loved it.
Surprisingly intense.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very
He
quick.
loved it, which surprised me because he was completely against Everest for the longest time, and then he wanted to do it again. But whenever he saw Slinky Dog, he was like, "Oh, that's nothing."
That's
I can
what
do
it is,
that."
I think. Like, if it was in any other sort of cart, I guarantee it'd be a lot scarier than what it is. But it's a Slinky Dog, so why would it be scary?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
did we have? I don't remember. Did we have fast passes for that one? I think we
Yes,
did.
we did. We did.
The
fast
lightning
pass that
lanes for
one.
that one.
Was
That
the
helped out a
line
lot.
crazy long if you didn't?
There's quite a bit of people.
Yeah. A lot of times
Yeah.
it was about 120 minutes.
Yeah, that's usually a long wait.
And that's one where at the end of this month it's going back to the individual Lightning Lane purchase only. Like it won't be included with Genie Plus.
Oh,
Yeah. So thankfully when we were there and when y'all were there it was. Chelsea can let us know how it is when they don't have that as an option.
It's gonna be good.
yeah.
She's going there and
So-
Halloween stuff. So.
And then I don't remember what we did
She
for
goes last,
dinner
it's
at
hard to be
Hollywood
jealous.
Studios.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yes, I do remember what we did for dinner at Hollywood Studios. We went to the
Mama
Italian
Melrose?
Mama
Mama
Melrose.
Melrose. Yeah, I've been
Yes.
waiting on you to tell me about that.
It was pretty good.
Yes. We had.
Our waitress was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lexi had an experience all her own.
Mm.
Yeah.
She was having an off day and she decided she wanted to wear her chicken parmesan, so like flung it off
Yeah,
the table onto
yeah.
her. It burned her.
Oh,
But
no.
the
Like,
manager and waitresses all immediately came up to, "Are you okay? Okay?" And
Aw,
they immediately,
good.
before you even said anything, they already had another plate out there
Wow.
for her.
Yeah.
So
Super
they were very,
accommodating.
Very,
Very.
That's awesome.
And
That was
so
very good.
they were like, "Is her shirt ruined? We'll go get her another shirt." And
Yeah, they said if they
Wow.
got something on her shirt, they would give us a shirt, and I was like,
Lexi,
Did we get
like,
something
cover
on your shirt?
yourself. Yeah, but she
I see a
did.
stain.
Quick splash it.
"Yeah."
Yeah, so
I got something on mine too.
But I mean, they were so great, and the waitress was so reassuring to Lexi. She said, "You know, I've spilt full trays full of drinks."
Aw, that's
she
super
said, "This was
awesome.
your interview. You're hired." And so
Oh, that's
Lexi
awesome.
was like, felt a little better about it, but she was super, super
Yeah,
embarrassed.
she was embarrassed. a
Aw.
little bit.
But the food was pretty good.
Good.
Did we have calamari? I think we did.
I do not remember if we
I
had
think we had
calamari there.
calamari. It was pretty good.
John likes calamari.
I love
don't.
calamari.
Mm-hmm.
And see, y'all have not yet named off one place that we've eaten at.
Which
Like
is
everywhere
awesome.
y'all have gone to have been places
That's
we've never
awesome.
gone before. So I'm just sitting here going, all right, this place, all right, we could do that. You said picky kids. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Whichever places they serve chicken tenders.
Madame Melrose was a good one.
yes, it was
Are
pretty
you a
good.
chicken tender eater?
And it was kind of
Got her,
hidden in the
got her.
back, so it wasn't busy.
I do some other things too. Thank you.
And then after dinner, we kind of walked around Hollywood Studios a little longer. A lot of the rides were shutting
Yeah.
down already. We went through some of the shops.
Did y'all do Tower of Terror?
We did not.
We
Oh, no.
we were headed that
We
general
were headed
direction.
that direction, and we just never made it that
Oh,
far.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Xander would have been up for that, honestly.
Yeah.
He
I
was
don't know.
both him and Lexi both were saying no.
They were
They
sketched
didn't
out
even
by
want to
that
do it.
one.
So
huh?
that's kind of one of those things like,
Yeah.
That one scared me more than when I rode the Hulk. So
yeah.
Well, next time when y'all go back for Rise of the Resistance,
yeah.
put that
So
on your list.
we have a couple on the list for each park that we have to go ride
Good.
first before we do other ones because we did not. I haven't rode them.
Okay.
I've never rode Tower of Terror.
Well, as long as you're going back, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we went to we went back to our room, showered, bed, day 3, Epcot.
all right, and we're not going to bury the lead here.
No.
Look at that. That is so fun.
You were the only two people in this room to experience this ride, and dare I say, the only people probably in the whole Panhandle who
Yeah,
got to ride this
really though,
ride
yeah.
because it is brand spanking new. We're not jealous. I was waiting the whole day to find out if you rode it, how it was,
Yeah.
and y'all, I think for not being able to do Rise of the Resistance, I think y'all nailed this one perfect.
So I woke up at 6:50 that morning. No, even before that.
We were
and
already up.
I was
we were
sitting there
eating
and I
breakfast.
had my phone in my hand and I was waiting for 7 o'clock so that I could buy the fast pass. You have to buy the lightning
you had to
lane
get the queue.
separate.
No, you had to get in the queue at 7, and then once we got into the queue, it put us in the queue at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But
then
it
I
popped
also
up
bought-
and asked, "Hey, you can bypass that queue and buy the lightning lane."
Oh, okay.
And so we went ahead and bought the lightning lane. It threw us in at 8:50 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So it was immediately we got to the park. As soon as they let us in, we went to that area.
Was there already a line?
No, actually there wasn't. And you cannot
Well,
get
there is no standby line.
you
It's
cannot
different
for
yeah,
Guardians.
there's no standby. So we did the queue. We did purchase the lightning lane. So we did the lightning lane first and then we looked back at our phone later and our queue got moved up. So we did it twice.
Oh.
So we got to ride at 8:50 in the morning.
And to get
And they
around
wanted us to ride. So here's something about the queue I really actually like because they wanted us to be there at 1:11, and then we got there at 1 o'clock. They were already letting our group go in. we were off the ride back over with my mom at 1:45.
Wow.
And
So it was very quick turnaround.
Before we get too far away,
Yes.
I know that there are so many people who have struggled, especially when Rise of the Resistance came out with the queue for that one. Like my parents didn't get in the queue until the last day of their trip. And you being able to get in the queue and get individual lightning lane after you got in the queue and to get the individual lightning lane for still in the morning, people are going to want to know what phone were you on Wi-Fi, and what was your cell carrier? So were you on Wi-Fi then, or were you?
no, I did my own phone service at AT&T.
Okay, so AT&T apparently is the one to go with.
For Disney,
I-
possibly.
'cause I
Not
mean,
for
that's-
flights, though.
That's
That's
I mean, that's
different.
just incredible to be able to wake up and get two of them and have both of them happen before mid-afternoon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I rely on my travel agent. Like, you should look into that, by the way, because if you were able to do that, like, that's what I rely on my travel agent for, is to wake up at the crack and get everything I
'Cause
need.
My fear, especially after finding out you didn't do Rise of the Resistance the day before, was that you would have no luck with the queue.
Yeah.
And by the time you got done with trying with the queue individually, and that you would have a day where you didn't get that one at all. So whenever I found out you got to ride it twice, I was like, happy for you. And
Why is
Yeah.
there not a
Jealous.
standby? Why is there not a standby?
I think
What
it's
is
because it's
that?
so brand new.
I'm not sure, they just-
That's the way they've been going with everything. They did that with
So you
Ratatouille
can't just go get
as
in
well.
line?
I would wait in line for hours to ride this ride.
Yeah, I
For
would
hours.
ride, if they could, out of all the rides we rode, even we did some Universal rides too, all the rides we rode,
Hands down.
I would ride this one all day,
I'm
back and
excited.
forth, all day long. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
excited.
loved
It is,
I absolutely
so
loved it.
it's like a ride you've rode before, but it's not
it's
like
not.
any other ride you ever rode before.
Okay.
So, without any
Awesome.
spoilers,
So I've heard kind of it's like a Space Mountain on steroids.
it's like on steroids times 2.
Okay.
It is.
And I love
Amazing.
Space Mountain, so
So,
I'm super excited
And if
for that.
you're a Marvel fan and you like Guardians of the Galaxy style stuff,
Mhm.
it is
Like the build
Space
up.
Mountain on Guardians of the Galaxy. Like put them together.
That's so
It's space and
But
it's
the build up,
awesome.
even going into the ride, because you go through some different rooms and there's different videos and stuff. And I don't want to give too big of a spoiler,
Yeah,
but
don't spoil it.
I
too
love
much.
Terry Crews, and his part was just awesome. So,
oh, that's so
the
cool.
build up for it was so cool.
and part of this Guardians of the Galaxy ride is they actually have, this is on the web wherever you want to, they actually have the Guardians from the Marvel movie do film part in the entire ride.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So you get to hear their voices, you get to see them. You don't get to interact with them by no means, but they are part of the ride.
That's
so
cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Chris Pratt and
Real
All of
similar
them.
with what they did with Mission Breakout over at Disneyland,
Mhm.
because that they have them filmed on that one too when they rethemed Tower of Terror.
Now the
Okay.
big thing is this one was supposed to be very intense and like very easily to get people motion sick, and we didn't experience that at all.
It was very intense.
well, if you look at Xander's face
But-
behind Chelsea, that's
Yeah.
the only problem he had.
That's gonna
because-
be my face, literally.
Yeah, that was it.
He
It was-
wasn't motion sick though. He was just kind of
No,
freaked out.
He was just scared.
Yeah.
But it was like a bar going across your lap. So
Okay.
and his thing was he kept riding with me, and my legs are bigger than his
Oh,
are.
so it wouldn't go
So
down
it
all the
wouldn't go
way.
down all the
Oh
way.
gosh.
And so, and he just told us
Whoa.
that the other day. He goes, "I don't really mean to be rude, Mom, but your legs are bigger than mine, and that's
Bless
probably
his
why I
heart.
didn't feel safe." And I was like, I kept trying to get you to ride with Lexi.
Well, if you look at this ride, if Brooke scoots towards Chelsea, you can see that there's actual individual
Oh, okay.
lap bars
Yeah.
per person
On
on
this
this
one.
ride.
But
So it
the
made it a
others were-
lot better for
Oh,
him
my
on this
goodness.
ride.
So we just told Gunner that if he flies out and like falls out of the ride, that we'll just get to keep coming back for the rest of
Yeah,
our
we'll
lives
just-
for free. I
You are
mean,
now
And
one
he's
on the
gonna-
ride.
And he'll be somewhere better.
Yeah.
Don't try that, please.
Yes,
Um,
please don't.
He's gone to a better place.
So this one out of
Galaxy
everything, this
Farming.
is the only ride, or is this one of the rides that you would ride all day?
This is I would do
This is
this
one.
one. I would do Avatar over and over again.
Oh, cool.
Just
Yeah.
because it was such a
Flight of
cool
Passage.
Yeah.
Flight of Passage, yeah.
Did
I
y'all
would-
smell the
so-
smells in Flight of Passage?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Flight of Passage is pretty cool, and I kind of know what we were expecting when we got there, just because I've kind of did my own research ahead of time. so I knew to kind of look around.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw people. It's a totally different experience being able to see someone else riding right above you and right next to you.
Yes, that is crazy, isn't it?
But I really liked how the ride, Xander could fit in the ride, helped him get in the seat, and it kind of pushed him and held him in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
He felt very safe in that ride, and then, I mean, like you said, Brooke said,
That's
he
interesting because it's
felt
like
it,
it's like a
right.
motorcycle. Like
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to straddle it,
Yeah.
and it like that one it like sucks you in. Like
Yes.
you're like stuck
You're not
down
going
on it.
anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's how Tron, I think, is going to be as well.
So
Oh,
so whenever we talk about Magic Kingdom, we'll have to tell you we actually saw the Tron coaster going.
I hope it's open by when I go. I really do
it's
hope it
probably
is.
not going to be.
That's
Well,
something
I
else I
think,
can rub in your face.
I think Tyler and I both agree that we hope it's not open when you go.
No,
So
no,
that-
don't be ugly.
I would hope that it was, but there was still so much that they
Oh
have to do.
gosh, I know.
So
Well, sometime back, after we got back from our trip and we were reporting, we gave some advice, which was if you're riding a ride that has pictures on it and you have kids, either get them in the very front if you're on the front row, or sit in front of them yourself so that you won't have someone who's sitting in front of them raise your arms, because you
Right.
can keep your arms down.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because every once in a while you have someone who sticks their hands up and blocks the view of someone. So that's not anyone in your party right
No,
there. So
it was epic. I mean, he did a great job getting the solo out of our shot.
So that was a rando because Xander decided he didn't want to ride it again.
Yes.
And
And I rode in the back next to this lady so that Ty wouldn't have to. So
Oh well, that's nice
So-
of you. What a good
so-
wife.
this is what this is what we meant when we said that sometimes this can happen. We've got a picture when we were on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train from like years ago, where it's just me and Gunner, and we're just making faces on every ride. So we're like, making faces, sticking out our tongues, and like right behind us is this sweet little old lady with
Oh,
her granddaughter, and
no.
they're in this precious moment. We're like, I bet they loved us for that.
Oh no.
and then after Guardians, we did
We walked around because
Mission Space.
we did do Mission
We
Space.
did?
Yes.
Green or orange?
We did
Green.
green
We did
because
Earth.
of Xander. Xander was not about to do orange.
Well, he liked it so much he wanted to go again and again.
Yes.
Are you for real?
Me,
Yeah.
on the other hand,
Eh.
I felt hot in there.
And
Claustrophobic.
Yes, that's the thing, and
So,
and
but-
it's makes you sick.
But on the green side, it's not near as bad.
Did you
No.
ride both or did
No,
did
we
not.
just did the green
Okay.
one because he was afraid to do the
Oh
orange
yeah.
one.
no
And there was
kidding.
a lot longer wait on the orange.
Well,
one,
the
so-
orange one, the difference is you're basically like on an arm and it just spins like super fast around like a centrifuge.
My husband and
Oh.
dad both did orange, and they're like, "It's not that bad, Chelsea. It's just small in there." But
I think
Yeah.
they're trying to mess with you.
I'm not doing it. I'm not running my day over Mission Space. Guarantee
Yeah.
it.
And then we did the Grand Fiesta tour, which was
that
in
Mexico?
Mexico.
The Three Amigos.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Three Amigos. We kind of ran around.
Good cool off ride.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. It was great because then the park started getting
Well,
super hot after that.
One downside, we were kind of looking forward to walking around the park and trying all the different places to eat because they were during the Food and Wine Festival,
Mhm.
but none of the food places were opening until at least 11
Oh
o'clock.
gosh.
Mhm.
So we're kind of like, well, let's keep walking
Mhm.
around.
So then
Oh,
we went
yeah.
to Ratatouille, and we waited forever.
Yeah, I think
and
it was an hour and a half or something like that.
2.5. Yeah, something
It was
like
a
that.
long way. It
To
wasn't
begin
2
with,
hours.
we were moving very quickly, and then suddenly it just
Hmm.
stopped. And then it took a
Cute,
little
but
while.
not worth the wait.
Xander got off, and the first thing he said was, "That was not worth that."
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that one was the first we rope dropped and did it because the Skyliner put us out right at France. So we did that one, and we still had to wait like 15 minutes or so. And I was just, I don't know, I was kind of bummed by it.
Mm.
Yeah, and I wanted to do the, was it the Sky Fly or whatever?
Soarin'?
Soaring, but we didn't end up doing that one either because we were
Oh.
right there. Checked the wait time, and it was 80 minutes at that time.
That is our family's most favorite ride in
So-
Epcot.
That is
Yeah.
also one of the
For
rides
now.
where they overestimate the time the most. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever been on that ride where it's
And it's an
actually
indoor
been the
wait.
full
You
length.
should have done it.
Well, we left there and went to go eat.
We
And we
did
just
the
ate there.
Connections Cafe.
Yeah, which since we were already heading back that general direction, we went to because we knew we had to do Guardians again at 1, so it was around lunch noon. So we just went to Connections Cafe.
I mobile ordered as we were walking over there.
Yeah,
The food was, It was fine. I mean, it was chicken strips and cheeseburger. Is basically what
And which
everything
one was
got.
Connections Cafe?
It's-
Where was that one at?
It's like
Right by the main gift shop.
Yes.
Okay.
Right there by where Guardians is at. You can walk through that eatery, that cafeteria, and go to Guardians.
Okay.
It's right there where you walk through. If you were to walk, the gift shop's on the right, and the eatery's on your left. When you walk through that little tunnel to go to Guardians, where the
Okay.
Nova ship is.
All right.
And then we did the Nemo ride. And then we went and did the Crush show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love talking with
That's
Crush. I
pretty
could do
cool.
that one over and
Mhm.
over. And then we finished our day at Disney Springs and went to Wolfgang Putt for dinner.
Yeah.
Ooh, how was that? Was it good?
It's
It
pretty
was
good.
so
Yeah,
good.
I heard that one's really good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, Wolfgang, it was a good meal. Of course, it was kind of pricey, but it was a good meal. Only thing I know, my mom got pork chops, but
They were hard.
so no, the piece that so they didn't bring out just pork chops. It was a pork loin that was sliced up into chops
Okay.
on her plate, and she tried the first one. It was really too tender, like not tender, but too chewy. So I tried a different one, and every piece that I tried on there was amazing.
Okay.
And I can't remember. I ended up having the fish of the day, which was striped bass, and
Ooh, that's
it was
interesting.
pretty good. Of course, kids probably had pizza. I don't know.
Lexi had the chicken like I had, which was a whole half chicken.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best chicken
Ooh, yum.
cooked I have ever had.
That's
I
awesome.
love chicken.
I do too.
And then Xander had spaghetti and he loved it. So that place
Did y'all
was
watch
pretty-
the Harmonious show at Epcot?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
No, we were done. Went to Disney Springs, then we went back to our room and actually got to swim at the pool and do different stuff there for a
Okay.
little bit.
So you missed out on. Did you do Spaceship Earth or Test Track?
Oh,
No.
test track.
So test track, right when we were at left mission space, went to go to do test track. I looked on the app, and at that time, I think it was like an hour wait or something at that time. And I was like, okay, well, let's just keep walking. Maybe when we come back by, and I never thought about it again.
Oh.
So
But
it's kind of one of those.
there's so much that it's so hard to pack it all at.
That's
like,
right.
It's
Yeah.
almost overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I personally wouldn't mind throwing people on my back and running to each different ride because I get to sleep at night, so
Yeah.
get rest in.
Right.
But we had just going from place to place.
Yeah.
People kept walking in front of, just blocking our path. We couldn't get through, and I of course didn't want to run off and leave my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So she was very helpful, helping keep up with our bag and stuff. So we went on a ride, not knowing what to expect. I didn't want to try and strap my bag to my leg, so
Right. Yeah. That's true. Good
Did
point.
she do Guardians?
No,
she did not.
Okay.
no. She did do
Mission
Space Mountain.
Yeah.
but she did not do Guardians.
Yeah, and that's the next day.
Yeah, so then day 4 was Magic Kingdom.
The best part.
You're blocking Xander, Lexi.
You're
No, I'm blocking
you're
Xander.
blocking Xander. Almost
There
the
you
chair. Yeah, Magic Kingdom, the castle.
It's like a whole other ride. Everyone, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
So we started out at Space Mountain. Loved it.
Yeah, we rope dropped that one. I should have sent Tyler that picture.
Oh
I
yeah.
love
You
Space.
sent it to me just earlier in
Yes.
the week.
So we rope dropped that, and there was probably, gosh, at least 500 people in line behind us.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
Good choice then.
We got over there to Tomorrowland, and we were there at the entrance of Tomorrowland, waiting to get rope dropped into Tomorrowland, and we were pretty close to the front. And as soon as they let us in, we beeline to Mission to Space Mountain.
Did Xander like this ride?
He actually
Oh.
did.
Yeah.
This one wasn't so bad for him. He did actually end up liking it.
Good.
And then after Space Mountain, we did the transit people mover.
No. Okay.
And during that, we got to see Tron roller coaster going.
Okay.
So it's gonna be good.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna have
bet
to
it
go
is.
back just to ride Tron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the line
That's the line.
behind us,
For
Going all
Space
the way.
Mountain.
Yes.
going all the way back,
Oh,
all the way
my.
back in that area.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, do you feel like a weatherman? It was.
Yes, I was using the weatherman green screen over
That's
here.
Yeah.
crazy.
So it was. I mean, it was super cool that we got to get on there pretty quickly.
Yeah. No doubt.
Xander was a little scared at first, but he he did fine.
Yeah, that's such a fun ride too.
Then we did Buzz Lightyear. We loved the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Another random, like, I wonder if they'll move that eventually to.
Yeah, that one is
That one should be at
not
Toy Story.
in Toy Story.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is, if they move it to Toy Story Land, are you going to have 4 rides in Toy Story Land and
That
2
are all
of them
the
are
same.
shooter rides?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so true.
So,
But I mean, that would be fine. But Buzz Lightyear, we loved that last time we came too.
Mm-hmm.
So we just really enjoy that ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good ride.
And then we did the Tomorrowland Speedway. We waited quite a bit for that. Was not worth it.
Oh, that's like
That was such a
Well,
waste.
that's
I
the
know-
joke of the Disney. The Disney.
It was
World.
supposed to be like a 15-minute wait, which ended up turning into like a 30-minute wait.
Oh gosh.
Which turned into an
And-
hour wait.
Yeah.
Oh my
it,
gosh.
It was a while standing there waiting for it.
you,
So.
you said Speedway, and all of a sudden I could just smell gasoline.
Gasoline.
the gasoline.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Xander really wanted to do that one, so we sucked it up Buttercup for him.
Good.
And he
Yeah.
got to drive, so he was so excited.
Oh
but,
yeah, you could have sent those pictures too.
And then, of course, you have to do the staple whenever you're at Disney, the teacups and Dumbo.
My
have to.
teacups make me sick.
Yeah,
So-
Carol nearly made me very sick.
So as Brooke and I on teacups and Lexi and Xander on their own, and I like tilt the whirl.
Oh.
So
hate
I
it.
grew up, we're a tilt the whirl family, and so we're always trying to make that thing spin as fast as you can. I want to try and get to that point where I'm almost sick. So I was just spinning and spinning and spinning the teacups as fast as
And
I
I'm
could.
like holding it together
Yeah.
as best as I can.
Ooh, I get in my own. If it's me and John in a ride like that, I ride my own and I watch him fling himself out.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's not for
Then
me.
after that, we watched a parade, which was
The Festival of
The
Fantasy.
festival,
Did you
yes.
see Maleficent? The
No.
dragon?
no, they were not out.
Oh no.
No, they were not
So
out.
where was that?
You were sitting behind us.
That's
on
such
that
a
rock.
cute parade though,
Yeah,
regardless.
it was
Right.
really cute, and that was actually on our way to Space Mountain. So we headed over to Space Mountain or Splash Mountain, sorry. And Xander fell in love with that ride. He thought
Oh,
that was
really?
just the coolest
Aw.
thing ever. So
It is pretty cute. It's just not my favorite.
then we went to be our guest for lunch.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
1,000 out of 10 do not recommend.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't do it. It's super cool for the atmosphere and
Yes,
ambiance.
the atmosphere was awesome.
Mhm.
We loved getting to see Beast. He came in quite a bit to see us, and
And will not sign autographs, by
and
the
he,
way.
yeah, he doesn't. But we did get some postcards with his autograph.
That's really cool.
But yeah, no.
It was
Food
a-
is not good,
Yeah.
and it's so expensive.
Yes, it
Yes.
was very overpriced,
Yes.
and especially for leaving there and feeling like you didn't eat a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would not recommend Be Our Guest to anybody.
No. And y'all had lunch there, correct?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did
Okay.
lunch.
So we did dinner, and I've actually heard that if you're going to eat there, eat the lunch because the lunch is better than the dinner.
Well, you're not missing
I
out on
don't know
anything.
how. Then we went and rode Buzz Lightyear again because Xander wanted to do that a second time. Then we went to Monsters Inc. Laugh
Yeah.
Floor.
Mike
with Mike.
Wazowski.
We loved that one.
Yeah.
I loved that one last time we were there. They
Did
picked.
you learn any new jokes?
I learned
Not
that they
right offhand, I can't
really
remember
like
all.
to pick on this one guy in the audience, and it was
Yeah.
hilarious.
He was that guy, huh?
Yes, he was.
That's my
that
goal.
guy.
We've been there like 30 times.
You
my
never get to
goal
be
was
that
to
guy?
be that guy. And I'm like,
Aw, man.
I bought everyone churros once.
Then we did the Little Mermaid, got in the seashells and rode through. That was a nice cool
It's
off
a good
ride.
cool off ride.
Then Lexi wanted to see Belle to get her autograph. Then we did It's a Small World. Then
Cool off ride.
Then the Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah,
And-
another cool off ride.
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain, and
Yeah.
Xander loved Thunder Mountain. He thought it was the best thing ever. So finally, by the end of the trip, he was getting more and more comfortable with.
See,
doing
and
roller
Magic
coasters.
Kingdoms has the most like docile roller coasters, I
Mhm.
think. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe if y'all did it backwards and did Everest at the very end, he would have been like,
Yeah.
Maybe.
So and then it was time for the fireworks show getting about there. So Tyrell and his mom went to
Yeah.
go find us a spot that Tyler recommended. We didn't get that spot, but we
We
were
got
close.
pretty close to it.
And while they
Actually
were
took a
doing
pin
that,
to
Xander or Lexi and I got Mexican food from Pecos Bill Talltellin,
mm-hmm, I've ate there.
and it was delicious.
Mhm,
I
it's
said
pretty
it
good.
was delicious.
It's
Tyrell
really
said you're
right.
just really hungry.
Oh,
And so, anyways, I got I got like a chicken taco bowl, and it was very good. So then the fireworks show was my favorite part from the entire trip, hands down.
Oh, it'll make you cry every time.
Oh my gosh, I was fine until I looked over and saw tears running down
Oh
Lucy's face.
gosh, yeah,
Because
that'll
she
do
was
me
like,
too.
"This is just so awesome."
It's just
and I'm like,
beautiful.
"Ah."
Yeah.
And you should have been there when they had the good fireworks show going.
Mm-hmm.
The good one.
Oh
Happily
yeah,
Ever After was just
the one they had before
pinnacle.
this one was so much better.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
But if you guys are saying it's, I've never seen this one yet, so I'm excited to see it. But
Yes.
So they
I was
had it to
disappointed
where
they got rid of Happily Ever After.
they had it to like where all of the Disney movies like Lady and the Tramp and The Lion King and it all of course appeared on the castle
Mhm.
and then boom, Tinkerbell didn't get to.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it.
Oh, she didn't fly.
No,
she
we
didn't
had
get
lightning.
to. We had lightning.
Oh man,
She
Yeah.
flew both times that we were there this last trip, and
Yeah.
we had never seen her before. So.
I've never seen her either. I hope to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Disney pro standing next to us. He's like, "It's fixing to happen," and then a bolt of lightning went down, and
Yeah, right when the castle started going gold,
Gold
he
and
was like,
going
"Hey,
up.
here it comes!" And
Oh
so
man.
and then yeah.
Yeah.
So he says he lived in Florida, and
Yes,
this is
it-
what they
yeah.
do all the time. They go to Disney World. So.
It's still amazing not getting to see her because I mean I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I've not seen her and it's still amazing.
Yeah,
We
it was
see her.
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we went back to our room, went to bed, and day 5 at Universal.
Before we go to Universal, I just have 2 questions. I didn't want to interrupt, but at Animal Kingdom, did you guys do Bugs Life, the
Yes.
Yes, we
show?
did.
And
Yes.
did we like that? Did Xander enjoy it?
Xander wasn't so sure about it. He didn't like the spiders coming out.
Okay, yeah, that freaks
think-
everybody out.
So, and I had a defaulted, a faulty seat.
Oh, you
So,
did? You didn't feel
I didn't
any
get
of
the
the
full
bugs?
experience,
Oh,
no.
man.
I had a faulty seat and
No, your seat was not faulty. Your seat was what it's supposed to
Oh,
be.
man.
Mine did not do anything.
Oh well,
Okay.
I
Hers
felt like
was
mine
not
was
faulted.
faulty because I did not like what I was feeling.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, but yes, we did do a Bugs Life. I
Okay.
forgot to write that one down.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then what was your other question?
Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood.
So
We did not.
When we were headed that direction, it was already closed down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll just
Yeah.
add that to
But
the
we
list
rode
for
that
next
one
time.
last
Y'all
time.
are just gonna have an
All
epic
right,
list
so-
for next time.
Did you do Dinosaur?
Oh, that's
At
a good
Animal
one
Kingdom?
too.
No.
We went to Dinosaur Land. Yes.
But there's a ride called Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Like
No.
the one that goes up in the air like Dumbo.
No.
No, that's
We
just
did
the
do that.
Triceratops spin.
Oh.
Then
no,
no,
we did not.
we
do
did
that.
not.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
you're
had
not-
that one.
I didn't
That's
see
the
that
that's a
one.
Yeah, I
thrill
didn't see
ride
that
for
one.
Yeah, you kind of got to
Animal
go
Kingdom.
back. It's a little bit outside of that area. Like you have to go into Dinosaur Land and hang a right before you get
It's- it's the-
Triceratops
it's
spin.
a
Kinda over there
building.
By where we ate.
It's a building and it's got the statue of Aladar from Dinosaur out front.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We didn't ride that one.
Okay. Well, it's
Kudos for
super
knowing the name.
jagged. Like it's not that great, but it's pretty cool if you like dinosaurs. But
Xander. Yeah.
it's terrifying
It's,
and it's
probably not going to be there much longer.
jerky. Yeah.
I think the
they'll get
rumors
rid of
are
it.
they might retheme it to be the same as the Indiana Jones because it uses the same track
Oh,
layout.
I've heard that. Mhm.
So
Okay.
So tell us about Universal. I've yet to be, and I am so excited. I get to go for the first time next month.
you may
Okay.
want to cover your ears for this
So-
part.
Yeah, cover your
Would
ears.
recommend. I'd recommend
Did you buy fast passes?
getting.
We're staying at the resort, the Lowe's Pacific, so we got express passes all day for both parks.
Okay.
And
so
they're-
you're good to go.
Mhm.
We did not do that.
That's-
we
that's
made a
what I'm
mistake.
for.
Well, I figured if I'm just doing our one day there, that I better go ahead and splurge and do that because I want to make sure I get on everything.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, we did
well,
not
we
do
did
that. We walked in and we talked about it for a second. We thought, well, maybe we should go ahead and do them because originally they were like $79 a piece or something
It's
like that.
expensive. Universal is.
No, that's
No, they're
nothing
$79 a
compared-
piece before you get there.
go. Whenever you get there, it's $219 for one ride, and then it's like $279 for unlimited rides
Per person.
per person.
Okay.
So we did not
Yes.
do that.
We should have bought them. So I recommend anybody that decides to go to Universal
By the
buy the express pass.
While they're
Why
cheap.
they're cheaper?
well, they're cheap. Yes.
Because if not, you're gonna run into a situation like we did, where you have to stand in line forever, or you're standing in line for a 30-minute ride that turns into an hour-and-a-half ride, and they end up shutting the ride down. And I look on the app, and there's 5 other rides that are shut down at the same time.
So, and believe it or not, that's not the most expensive they get. If you're there during like super peak times, like around Christmas, They can get up to $350 a person if you get them
That's-
on the day.
How does
of.
anybody afford that? Really?
So Tyrell and I got on the Hulk pretty quickly. We almost had Lexi convinced to do it. I didn't want to do it because, again, I'm not a roller coaster person. Fell in love, love the Hulk.
Ooh, that's good
Yeah,
to know because
so-
I'm real nervous about riding that
So
ride.
the Hulk, I rode it before years ago. I was like 2004 or something, but she checked her watch and her pulse was like 116.
Yeah, I was like,
Standing there in line. I checked mine and I'm 67. just standing
and
there.
I'm
So-
like sending Lexi text messages. I'm like, I am terrified. So she's like, glad her feet on the ground, and I got off, and I was like, I loved it. And she's like, I wish I would have went on now.
Oh, yeah, that's
So,
how it always goes.
and that ride kind of has a burst. How quick of a burst start off is similar to Slinky Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how quick it takes you
Yeah.
off,
Okay.
but
And then
It's
we
fun.
went to ride Spider-Man after that.
yeah, did that one. It's pretty similar from what I remember years ago. It's changed a little bit, but it's very similar from what I remember.
Mine was 124 on the Hulk.
Yeah. Okay, so you felt like me. So, and then we went to Captain America Diner to have lunch, and it was okay-ish. We had issues with our drinks, and they would not, like, it has the sensors on them where you can only get, like, 1 cup full or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Well,
you buy the unlimited.
Unless
cup.
you buy the
Oh.
unlimited cup. Well, it, like, gave orange syrup or something in my
Yeah,
Coke.
they-
I don't know.
it
It
was-
was not.
It was like orange Fanta and Coke mixed together.
Yeah, so I went and asked
That's
if I
not
could
very
get a
good.
new cup, and they told me no, and I had already reached.
So it's not Disney.
No, it's not Disney. They do not accommodate like Disney.
Okay.
But we went to go ride King Kong's ride, got up to the front, and they shut the ride down.
Yeah, we stood. It was supposed to be a 30-minute wait. We waited in line for about an hour and 15 minutes because we stopped and we were having technical difficulties, different stuff. We're waiting in line. Then they said the ride is shut down. You can leave if you wanted to. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then we went to go do.
a Velocicoaster. I looked on the app and it had a 60-minute wait. We're gonna run around the corner to go to Velocicoaster, but by the time we got over there, it had jumped up to 180 minutes.
Because of all the people from
Because
King
of all
Kong.
the people
from
from
King
Kong.
Kong.
Yes. So we were frustrated. We were hot. Xander was cranky. It was just ridiculousness. So we called it a day.
Oh no.
And we went back to our room and we swam the rest of the day. And then we went to Disney Springs.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. It was not it. So no, we didn't go to Disney Springs.
No,
we
we
went.
ate at our resort.
Yes,
that
we
night.
ate at our resort
we
that
went to
night, and then
French
we went to
Quarters.
go French Quarters to get our beignet.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sad. I
Yeah,
hate
so
that. So
we-
did y'all not do any Harry Potter stuff?
We didn't get to do any of that. We were over Universal. And like usually I have some pretty good patience. But Universal sent out a survey to ask how our experience was,
Mhm.
and I was just very honest because rides kept shutting down,
Mm-hmm.
and it was happening over and over. So they offered us 20% off of future tickets and free
Express
express
passes.
passes
Oh wow.
for
And the unlimited ones, right?
yes,
Good.
yes. So up to for the 5 people that went. So
Good.
Tyrell's mom is out on another trip.
That wore her
it was a
out,
lot for
yeah.
her. Yeah.
So you got room for one more person, is what you're saying?
Come on, Tyler. You might have to fight Candace for it, but come on. But yeah, so we're not opposed to trying Universal
Mhm.
again. We know better for next time.
Well, and having all those 4 days at Disney, like that one day will wear you completely
Yeah.
out
Yes.
at Disney, and
Yes.
it's by the time you get to your 5th day and it's so hot and it's just you running off fumes literally.
And-
it's just
Yeah.
not worth the
Yeah.
haggle.
So that's what we said for next time we go. We'll plan it to where we have at least 8 days there,
for a break,
so
A
that we
rest
can
day.
have a
Yeah.
rest day or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
And I mean,
go
We-
to a beach.
go to the beach, go do
Mhm.
something, just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy on the flight back that he said that they actually planned it. They only went to Disney, didn't go to Universal, but they were there for 5 days and had a rest day in between.
It's so smart.
All they did was stay at the resort and swim and hang out. And
Yep.
That way they just recuperate.
Recoup. Yeah.
Mhm.
Literally.
Yeah, because it's
We
it's
would
a
have
lot.
done that had we not also been doing Universal, but we tried to cram so much in. So we figured it'd probably be the only time we do Universal
Mhm.
for some of the similar reasons, and just there's a lot of stuff that Disney does that Universal won't do. You know, like you get a Disney gift card, you use it on anything you want in the park. You do a Universal gift card and you buy merchandise with it. You can't use it for food or drinks or anything. And so I mean it's good, but you know, we talked before about, you know, rides that shut down, and going to be a spoiler alert here. If you don't want to know anything about Rise of Resistance or Hagrid's, is that you?
I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So about 40 seconds here. Rise of the Resistance uses the same kind of trackless layout. So there are like RFID chips in the floor that basically tell the cart where to go to. Because of that, it messes up. There's a part in the ride where it changes elevation. Like it basically gets on a lift that raises you up. Because of that, it can shut down a lot. Hagrid's over at Universal's Islands of Adventure has 7 different launch points in it, has a backwards section, including a launch on the backwards section, and a changing of tracks midway through the ride. And so like you have all these things, they're really, really neat, but because
Very
of
complex.
that, they tend to break down a lot. And so that's the unfortunate thing with that, is they try and push the envelope with what these rides do. You know, that just kind of unfortunately happens.
Well, in Universal, I've said this, I think, our one day there was a little under half of what we're paying for our 4-night stay, or 5-night stay actually at Disney. It's so expensive. But
Universal's very expensive.
we splurged and Tyler did the same thing. We stayed at the Lowe's Pacific Royale, and that's their resort, but it does offer the free unlimited express passes, which
Saves you
you gotta like
$110
weigh
a
your
person.
options there. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that little tidbit in there that if you kind of splurge on a resort, you get a really good fast pass.
But y'all got the fast passes
System.
included, so you know,
Yeah.
go stay at like the Hojo or something.
Yeah.
The local Motel 8.
Yeah, I think we'll plan on doing something if we can. We may, of course, try and get some Disney in, of course, while we're there, but we may do Universal and a beach and different stuff too. But
Legoland, I've heard, is really cool. I mean, I don't know if anybody's into that, but I just can't see
And-
myself going to Florida without.
If you can get John on a flight, you get more time at Disney. and
I
Universal.
know.
we
So,
literally
honestly, the turbulence was not bad. We had fantastic flights. They were pretty good. And if he can sit on a roller coaster, he can sit on an airplane.
I see, and I
So,
told him that
for sure.
that's the turbulence from the mountains. When y'all told me that, I went back home and immediately told him that.
Peer
and he
pressure,
just was
dude.
like
Peer pressure right
looking
here.
around. He wasn't saying anything. I was like, please.
Yeah, the flight into Vegas is 100 times worse.
Oh, okay.
And
And it's
riding,
because of the mountains around.
That's so
what roller
crazy.
coaster?
One more question I had. I wanted to know how the weather and how the crowd levels were, in y'all's opinion.
Universal was the worst when it came to
Crowd
crowd
levels.
levels.
Yes.
Super high.
It's like their walkways are half the size
Okay.
as Disney's. So of course you're trying to cram that
It
many
just seemed
people
like
in
there was
there.
more people.
Yeah, it was horrible trying to walk through with Universal's walkways.
And people don't care.
Yeah.
Like, they will, like, do this
Oh,
around you to get
no.
around. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
So I didn't much care for people. Like, I don't like to be touched anyway. So whenever people are like trying to squeeze around you, and I'm like, be like, if you say excuse
and
me,
they're all
I will,
sweaty.
Yes, I
Ew.
will step
Yeah.
out of your way. No problem.
Yeah,
you
really.
go right on by me.
But
So.
Disney crowd levels were manageable, you feel like? Or
I
But
feel like
they're still
Disney's
not at
too
full
bad.
capacity, I don't
No.
think, because you
No, they
still have
still
to
have-
reserve your park passes.
Yeah.
So it's different. We felt the same way, that Universal was way more crowded than Disney, and
Okay.
it got worse as we got further into our trip at Universal. And like we went to Disney, I was scared because I know what Disney's normally
yeah,
like.
I remember you saying
And
that.
when we get there at New Fantasyland around the carousel, I was like, there's not even half as many strollers parked over here as normal. So
Okay.
Yeah, Disney.
we had the same experience with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Disney was definitely a lot better when it came to that. And there were still, I still feel like there's quite a few people. That picture for our rope drop at Space Mountain should tell you. There's quite a
That's
few
insane.
So it was fun.
And your weather? How was
The only day that we really had any impact on our weather was when our day 2 was at Hollywood Studios, and it rained for like a solid good rain for 2 hours probably. And that's where we were standing there in that Ronto Wraps
Okay.
area, standing there out of the weather, right there where Ronto Wraps is, there's a little alleyway that has a bunch of gift shops and stuff. So kind of tried going in and out of those gift shops in the meantime, but there's so many people that were doing the same thing.
But it was scorching hot, and did
Yeah.
you get little showers in between, at least on the other days, or like hardly rain at all?
Hardly rained at all.
Really?
It was kind of just a light cloud cover,
Mm-hmm.
so it really wasn't too bad. Humidity wasn't unbearable. So it was for July, mid-July.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was pretty good.
I'm going to pop up a couple pictures here. This first one is one that you had just sent for where y'all were sitting for the fireworks show.
Yeah, if we can.
And
see.
so,
Oh no!
let me
Chairs in the
see.
way.
Oh. There you go.
See if I can move. Oh, the green screen.
They're all.
Let's see if we can move the chair.
We're
Everyone
gonna look
clear
at this
out for the
spot, by
picture.
golly.
So you guys were just right over.
We're even
Yes.
further down.
Yeah, screen's not low enough, but right around here is where y'all sat for the fireworks. And
Yeah.
so my recommendation is always go to the left side
Okay.
of the castle because of the way some of the shadows will be.
Okay.
And then the other thing was your rope drop picture for Space Mountain. If you choose alternatively to do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, this might be what you're looking at.
Oh yeah.
These are the people behind us for
Seven Dwarfs.
for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train entry
my
into New
goodness.
Fantasyland. And so that is why getting there early,
Okay, so
even
that's
though
the
you
entrance
may
to
be.
Fantasyland. Okay.
Yeah, this is right there. We're just to the left is like by Merida. And then that's Ray's Cosmic Starlight
Wow.
Cafe right there. So,
Okay.
yeah, those are just a couple of things where it's like there's still big crowds there, and Universal still felt worse.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, it was a
Well, I'm
big
glad
crowd
that-
like that behind
I'm glad
us
I
when
had
we
a
were
good trip.
sitting
All in
behind
all.
there. Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing it.
Yeah,
We really love talking
appreciate it.
Disney, and so glad y'all. Bummed about Rise for y'all, but
Yeah.
glad you got to do Guardians because you get to hold that over the entire town. You know?
Right, exactly.
Yes, Guardians was the best show.
Yeah. So if anybody decides to go
best.
back and then have an extra seat, I have vacation I can use,
Yep.
so I can
Yep.
go ride Guardians again.
And again and again.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It makes me even more excited for my trip. So I'm
Mhm.
super glad. I got new food ideas. All that. So I'm glad.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I think we're gonna wrap that up a little bit longer than usual, but I think
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
But until next time, hope y'all have a good one.